been pointed out a number of times that I use aluminum boards on one side of the grave and wood boards on the other side of the grave. And the explanation for this is actually simpler than you may think. The boards that I use to set up my platform are simply what I have available to use at the shop. Now, unlike most vaultmen, I set a platform in front of the grave. In today's case, I use 2 aluminum boards along with a wood board that's been cut down the center. Now typically I use that small cut board on the backside, but with the dirt pile too close to the platform today, it fit better on the front. In the middle of the platform, I use 2 longer aluminum boards that support the weight of the vault until the swinging process begins. And on the back side of the platform, I use 2 wood boards. Now the 3 boards on the front of my platform, the 2 aluminum and 1 wood board, are all cut down to the length of the grave. And my 2 wood boards on the back side of the grave are also cut down. This allows me to set my 4x just off the grave, and the aluminums and wood boards reach the full length. In some cemeteries, the plots are set up headstone to headstone 8 feet apart. So my boards are cut down to make sure I can fit them in between the bases of the headstone so I don't have to raise my platform up over the bases and the foundations of those stones. Now the reason that I use 2 aluminum boards in front on the family side is because they are sturdier and walking across them feels safer than walking across the wood boards. The aluminum boards are much stronger, and when you walk on the wood boards you can feel it bend underneath your feet. This is why I double up the wood boards when I extend the beam of my buggy out over those boards to make sure they're strong enough and that they don't crack. Now at our shop we run anywhere from 7 to 10 trucks on a normal basis, and every truck has to have at least 2 good aluminum boards for the middle and 1 good aluminum board for the family side. Now some guys set up with 2 aluminums in the middle and 1 aluminum on the front and 1 aluminum on the back. The reason I don't do this is because I don't like the 4x sticking out from underneath the aluminum boards, creating a trip hazard for family members that are up around the casket. With us using so many trucks and each truck needing boards like these, I use what I have and what's available at the shop. And right now, I have 4 aluminum boards, 2 cut down, and 2 full length for the center. Aluminum boards are harder to come by in the shop, and we haven't ordered any for a long time. If they were available, I would have 2 aluminum boards up front, 2 aluminum in the middle, and 3 aluminum on the back side. But for now, I'm using wood boards because it's what's available. In some situations, when the grave is either caving in or the ground is unstable, I also have my Hilljoy ramps that are on top of my truck. They are rarely used, but if the grave is in rough shape, I will use those long boards to help disperse the weight aside from the grave walls. Those are also the boards that I use when I'm setting 2 vaults side by side. It creates an extra wide, stable platform to set all the aluminums and the wood boards on, and keep the weight of both vaults away from the edges of the grave. When I'm setting a Wilbur Ovation burial vault with the lid angled down towards the family, I will place the wood boards on the family side, knowing that that lid will go down in front of the family and cover up those wood boards so no one's going to be walking on them. And aside from creating less of a trip hazard by building a platform, it also allows me to place all the vases of flowers in front of the vault, as well as give me room to walk across when I'm assisting the pallbearers. One of my tasks that you don't see me perform on my channel is our responsibilities for when the funeral procession arrives. When the hearse pulls in, I'm standing in place where I would like the hearse to stop. That'll make the easiest path for the pallbearers, and I also get the flowers out of the lead car and collect the flags off the tops of the cars if the funeral home uses those flags. As the pallbearers approach, my responsibility is to help give them instruction on how to place the casket onto the lowering device. Once it sits down on that first roller, I grab hold of the end handle and I guide the casket across the lowering device. On days like today, where there's mud everywhere around the grave, it's also our responsibility to try to guide people to the safest path to get to the graveside. And if there's little old ladies that could use a hand, we always walk them to the graveside, or just offer any help we can in general. So I hope this clears up the discussion about why I use the boards the way that I do. Thank you all for watching, take care, and God bless.